Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Doinkle and I'm going to try something new. I'm going to try and do a little episode video of me playing Rimworld. If you're on this video because you want tips and tricks about how to be a pro Rimworld player, then you're probably on the wrong channel. I am not an expert at this game. I actually have only had this game for maybe 20 hours, but I really enjoy it. There's a lot to it. It's a very in-depth game, and I recently just downloaded a ton of mods that I want to try and check them out. So this video is going to be a learning experience for me and for anybody else watching it. We're going to figure out how some of these mods work. We're going to have some fun with it. So if you want to stick around, sweet, you're more than welcome. I'm always looking for more tips and tricks and feedback, so if you see something, go ahead and say something. I hope to do a video of these about once every 2 weeks or so. We'll see how it works with my schedule. So let's start jumping right into it. We skipped past all the boring stuff about picking your characters and where you're landing, and we got 3 main guys. Gonna equip a couple of the items. I only got one real person who's a real hunter or shooter, so we're gonna equip that guy with the bolt action and all of the armor. I used the map reroll mod to get this little map here where I can have a nice little base to defend here right in the middle of the map. Get a nice stone mountain right behind me and plenty of stone that I can work with, and a river that we might be able to do something with later. So you can see that there's plenty of open space, plenty of trees, plenty of different stones that we can eventually start building with. A couple of the main mods we got there is the Moody mod, helps me see how my colonists are doing. And I even went with the sidearm mod, so we're gonna be able to equip our colonists with a couple of different weapons. So if somebody who has a long range rifle then gets attacked close range, they can switch to melee weapon a lot easier. Gonna skip over the boring part of setting up my assignments for everybody. And we tried going with 3 colonists who have some good wide variety of stuff, so they can each have their own little task. So let's start with doing a little base building. First thing first, we're going to put a stockpile zone. We'll try to put it right in the middle so that it's easy access to everywhere. And then we're going to wall it in, try to keep stuff from deteriorating. The overlay you're seeing now with the orange and the red, that can indicate where you can and can't build. And the red doesn't support any weight. The orange only supports lightweight, like walls. So you'll see that'll pop up a little later when I try placing my butcher's table. So we're gonna have to double click a few things, make sure the important stuff is allowable to be picked up. And the guys are gonna start hauling, and a couple are gonna start building. As always, it's important to make sure you have a roof over all your houses. Don't want that stuff to deteriorate. One nice feature about building into the mountain is you can make a bigger room just by digging a little deeper. So we're going to assign first little spot. I don't want to dig too deep because I don't want to dig into something I don't want to find. I've heard some horror stories from watching other YouTube videos. And as always, we need more wood, so we're gonna select a couple of swaths of areas to start getting some wood. Gonna check the fertility overlay because I need a good place to start growing stuff. So unfortunately, there's not a great place right next to my base, but it's not too far away. So I'm gonna select this place and ask my colonists to clear it out so that we can start putting in a little grow zone. double check there isn't a place closer. This is a nice big spot right here, so we're gonna throw a grow zone in here. You can see with my mod I have a lot of different options of stuff that I can plant, but we'll keep it simple and just put some rice in. Another very important thing to get out of the way first is rooms and beds for everybody. So I'm going to build just a real small tiny room. I don't want to go anything too extravagant just yet because resources are still a little limited. We're going to use the mountain itself to be my fourth wall and just throw a little bed in there. Trying out the new blueprint mod. So we're going to make a little blueprint of the room right after we add in a window. There's a mod that you can add windows. So we're going to make a tiny bedroom blueprint and then just duplicate that blueprint. If you're paying attention, you'll notice I glitch out the bed for the middle room, and it disappointingly takes me a long time to realize that. So I see I have my pet that came with us, little puppy. We're going to tell it to start, or tell my colonist to train it up so that it can start to be a little more helpful. See, my brain starts clicking that I realize I don't have a bed there, but I'm not going to put it in there yet for some reason. So let's start designing a dining room. Every colonist wants to have an area where they can go in and just sit and eat. They get a mood bonus if they have a beautiful room that they can sit at and eat instead of having to stand or in the corner or sit on the ground and eat. So we're going to do a few modifications to this as we go. Some people prefer to do a planning mode with it. I just kind of throw it down as I go. There, my brain caught up to what I was seeing, that I'm missing a bed. So I'm going to throw it in there. And then we're going to put a stockpile zone over here. This one's going to end up being only for food. I only want food in here. I'm going to also put raw food as well as animal corpses, since I'm going to put my kitchen right next to this room. And it's in close proximity to my dining room, so it's nice and easy to get food and then have a seat. So we're going to finish boxing that in, move the door a little bit so I can get some better access, and then we're going to throw down a wood stove. Going to expand out my storage room a little bit since I dug out a little bit. And now I see I have a slight starvation issue. It's because earlier in the game I had adjusted what the guys could and couldn't eat and accidentally selected everything for them to not eat. So right out of the gate, trying to kill all my colonists, starve them to death. So we're going to finish boxing in my kitchen. It's going to be my small kitchen there. Remember, the orange you can put walls on, but you can't put anything else. Put the walls in for my dining room. It's going to eventually be like a rec room, maybe even a research table in there. Then we're going to eventually get it to where I can have some nice mood bonuses in there while they're eating. So, but they need something to eat in the dining room, so we're going to select a few different animals for my guys to go hunt. Prefer the ones that don't fight back too much, but I think my shooting skill is decent enough. They'll be okay for the smaller guys. You can see my hunters bringing in a few corpses while we're finishing up the stove. And in order to use the corpses, we need a butcher's table. So there you can see I can't build it on the orange. It just means the ground's not sturdy enough. I do have a terraforming mod. Not quite sure how to use that one yet. But we're going to throw in then a little stonecutter's table and so we can eventually upgrade all these wooden walls to stone, something more durable. So then we're just gonna let this video end here. It's not a super long one, but it's my first attempt. So if you find yourself on this channel, I'd greatly appreciate some feedback. I prefer positive feedback, but I take constructive feedback. I love hearing how terrible I am and how I can be better, because I'm always about trying to be better. So I hope to make another one of these videos here in a couple of weeks, and I hope to see you back with us. My name is Doinkle, and welcome to my channel.